Hello, it's Friday night, and that means, of course, that the final three places at finals night will be filled. Yeah, this is the MODUS Super Series, and Group B is about to conclude. 3 players from the 5 will make it onto that stage at the Live Lounge tomorrow for the big finale of Week 1. But before we get into tonight's action, here's a reminder of what happened last night. Patel suffered a tough night on his MODUS Super Series debut. This was a rare highlight in an evening that ultimately ended in 4 defeats. Richard North could only manage 1 win on Thursday and will need a big push to move in the right direction in the table. Nathan Girvan produced some special moments en route to 2 victories, and he sits in the all-important top 3. ADC qualifier Johnny Barnes is enjoying a great debut week. He won 3 of 4 and is in second place. But it was Mr. Highlight Reel who won all of his games, and Rhys Robinson is top of the table. Yeah, Mr. Highlight Reel, the man born with an air of greatness. Matthew Edgar is alongside me for this evening's action, and watching Rhys Robinson has been pretty special so far, hasn't it?
It always is, you know, that's one of the things about, you get characters in all different worlds, and I think in the MODUS Super Series, one of our characters is Rhys Robinson. Do I agree with everything he says? No. Do I enjoy everything he says? Absolutely. I could just sit and listen to him all night rather than throw darts. That would probably be just as entertaining, but he's entertaining on the board as well, and he's top of the table. And one of the things he does when he sort of gets clear and he's got this one and he knows he's going to win the group, we get to see some flashy stuff, and I think we'll see some tonight. Yeah,
absolutely. He could confirm his place at finals night pretty quickly tonight. But let's show you who else has already confirmed their spot. Shane McGurk did it by winning Group A. Then this afternoon, Adrian Gray and Jamie Kelling, who won a nail-biting winner-takes-all match against Adam Mould. So that's half the field for finals night. Are you fancying any of those to win it, or do you think the winner may well come from Group B?
Well, I mean, I have predicted the winner of Group A correctly and the winner of Group C. I said Rhys Robinson for Group B, so I could be 3 from 3. So I'm in good form with that one. But I think the winner comes from this group tonight. I think it's going to come from Group B.
Right, let's have a look at the table then, and we'll see where he thinks it's going to go. Of course, whatever Matthew Edgar says is going to be right, apart from he did say Ryan Searle to win the UK Open, lost first round. Anyway, Rhys Robinson, top of this one, on 8 points, 6 for Barnes, 4 for Girvan, 2 for North, none for Patel. Let's start at the bottom. Bav Patel, what's he got to do tonight to leave with some pride, even if he doesn't get through?
Just enjoy it. Absolutely, just enjoy it. He's been on such a roller coaster and a journey, from playing university darts to playing darts at home during lockdown to just within a couple of years, not just being on this stage, but being on that Alexandra Palace stage and playing at the World Championships. And I'm sure that he's going to be on that stage again and potentially playing in the World Cup. So he's got a big journey ahead of him. This is not the destination. This is part of the journey. He's got to see it as that, because a lot of the time when you're on that journey, you want it now. You want to win things. You want everything now. And actually, just enjoy the experience. He looked like he enjoyed it at the start of yesterday, and then the results sort of impacted it. The smile was off the face. He looked like the weight of the world was on the shoulders. Even if he loses all 4 games here, just go up there and take every positive you can possibly find.
It's often said in this group that you can't really go out on the first night, but if the last fixture had gone the other way and Nathan Girvan had beaten Rhys Robinson, this table would look different, wouldn't it? Because the top 3 would all be on 6 points, so Patel would be 6 adrift, and North would be 4 adrift. That would have been really tough to turn around, but they are both still just about in it.
I always go to Dave Pallett, because I was in a group with Dave Pallett back in the old venue. Dave Pallett was on 0 points and qualified. So it is possible, it does happen, and actually there is a route in here, but he's going to have to win all 4 games at the bottom of the table. But that's what I love about Group B as well, because on the flip side, Rhys Robinson could not qualify as well. There is a mathematical chance of that happening as well. So it's going to be all dependent really on the first sort of 2 to 3 games.
Yeah, absolutely is. Right, let's see how the bookies have priced it up. This is the outright betting, so that means who's going to win the group. Rhys Robinson, understandably an odds-on favourite to win it. Bav Patel mathematically can even still win the group. That's remarkable, but 400 to 1. They think that it is going to stay in the same order based on the way they've placed the players for the title.
I haven't seen these odds this afternoon, and the second I've seen them, my eyebrows have gone up. I wish you could have seen my reaction on camera, because I'm surprised at those odds. And first of all, I think Reece Robinson's actually quite good value at 4 to 11. But if he's going to get beat, I think it's going to be Nathan Girvan that topples him. He's got him in the first game, comes out and beats him, then all of a sudden it's wide open there for Nathan Girvan to step in and potentially be the group winner. I was surprised. I thought he would be the 3 to 1, not Johnny Barnes. So got to be value there in Girvan.
So half agree with the bookies. One thing that he never ever agrees with is the bet builder. That's you lot that are picking these bets, and Matthew Edgar is about to talk you through it, and he's about to rubbish it completely.
Reece Robinson to beat Nathan Girvan, first game. I mean, it's the big game of the day, really. So to get it in there first, Nathan Girvan's going to have plenty of time to prepare and practice for that. I would say there's better value elsewhere than in regards to that one. Nathan Girvan is a big 180 hitter. Johnny Barnes is, he gets a few over 1.5. I can see why they have gone for that one. Big fan of the minus 1.5 though against Patel. I think that's a strong fancy.
There we go. Quite a short price one, 3 to 1 on that bet builder. If you do have a bet, please do gamble responsibly. Right, so just for confirmation, just to give you the chance to be right yet again, who are the 3 players that are going through?
It's the 3 players that are in position at the moment. Reece Robinson, Nathan Girvan, Johnny Barnes.
Right, there we go. That will be the field for finals night, according to Matthew Edgar, and it's all about getting there for the players in action tonight. But you could be there if you follow these simple instructions.
Every Saturday, we open our doors for our weekly finals night.
For a unique and intimate darts experience.
Meet the Dart Stars and even the team off the telly
Here at our purpose-built venue in Portsmouth.
every single Saturday evening.
Tickets can be booked via this QR code
Or at www.dartshop.tv for a very small booking fee.
Follow us at MSS Darts on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and TikTok.
For all the latest ticketing news.
All you need to do, log on, book, turn up, and the action gets underway from 7:30 p.m.
So what are you waiting for?
Get your tickets to the darts.
We look forward to welcoming you to the MODUS Super Series very soon.
What are you waiting for? You want to get your tickets tomorrow, particularly if Reece Robinson does make it through. Mr. Entertainer, called himself Mr. Highlight Reel. So many things that he said about himself, but you know what? He tends to back it up when he plays on the Super Series stage. He will illuminate that stage, and Nathan Girvan is capable of doing that as well. The 21-year-old World Youth Championship finalist in 2 different codes, and Reece Robinson, who may come from Hull but plays heavenly darts. He's ready to get himself through to finals night. Matthew Edgar, this was a closing clash of last night's darts, and it could have gone the other way, and this group could have looked pretty settled, but that defeat for Nathan Girvan, followed by another one in this match, would leave him looking a little precarious in 3rd place.
Absolutely, but when you look at the other results that Nathan Girvan's had with the rest of the group, you'd fancy his chances to still qualify.
First leg, Nathan to throw first. Game on.
But he could cause some problems here in this one, and this one could really shake up the group table.
140.
Girvan in the groove from the off. Reece Robinson at the halfway stage of the night last night
40.
was thinking about winning every single leg.
Well, you might say he's a confident character.
125.
No, not Reece. Shine retiring. But it's a shoddy start for Sugar.
94.
And finally locates a treble at dart number 6. This is a Girvan throw, though.
See, Nathan would have come in here today, he'd have looked at the fixture list that's on the wall in between the 2 practice boards, and he'd have looked at the order of play and thought, if I can get in here, get stuck into Reece Robinson, get the victory early, then
81.
it's pretty
Nathan Carr,
much
56.
a big part of the night's work already done.
A solid start
Game shot on the
for
first
Nathan
leg.
Girvan, who
Girvan.
takes the opening leg with little drama. A dozen darts, in fact, to complete that leg. Reece Robinson, well,
Second leg,
now
Reece
he
to
won't
throw
be
first.
thinking
Game
about
on.
winning every leg. He'll just be thinking about winning any leg. Sign of the confidence of the man that he's got his initials on his
140.
new-looking flight and stem setup there. Used a different set last night. Might be the same mould, but different colour this evening from Reece Robinson. But yeah, it's basically his initials with a crown on the
100.
top. Thank you, Reece. That one landing the
100.
correct side for the camera. And Nathan Girvan throwing the see-through setup.
93.
Although it's
57.
similar levels of sort of self-obsession as the man sort of sat alongside me, Matthew Edgar, whose very initials are the word me.
93.
Yeah, you've always got to be careful with that, because if you're sending like an invoice or something, it's because me invoice. So you have to put a dot between the two.
Regards, me.
60.
Robinson on a big un.
59. Rishukar 144.
Girvan on a bigger un.
Both the same sort of combination, though, in regards to actually the hitting, 2 trebles and a double. Even though the numbers look slightly different. Something he's trying to work out the best route.
95. Nathan Carr 156.
Another one of those. He did have one of those sort of combinations yesterday, the 148.
100. Rishukar
Was in the middle
49.
point of the day.
Nine. Nathan Carr
An
56.
early missed opportunity here for Reece Robinson. Has opened the door for Nathan Girvan.
Game shot on the second
He
leg.
does
Nathan
not need 2
Girvan.
chances. He just needs the one. That's a breaker throw, and all of a sudden, this could start to shake up the league
leg,
table,
Nathan
and
to throw
that
first. Game on.
value that we just alluded to potentially starting to come in.
Is Girvan going to
85.
cause a bit of an earthquake in this group? It will put Richard North a full 4 points off the pace. In terms of the top 3, here's a bit of showmanship
180.
from Reece Robinson, who dropped his dart, moved across, and still found the 3rd treble in that visit.
42. $58.
He wasn't just chasing a perfect night in terms of winning all his legs yesterday. He was also chasing a perfect leg, a 9-darter. He admitted as much in his
100.
interview in the studio after the show, or after the Reece Robinson show. And it may well be 2 180s in this leg. It is, but not back to back.
$60. Rishukar 83.
This has really been a theme this week, where a player will break the throw, then instantly get the throw broken back.
67.
Robinson will return to keep that pattern of play going.
$96. Rishukar 16. Game shot on the third leg. Reece Robinson.
Robinson now finds his feet and how. 2 180s in the leg. A 13-darter to go with
Fourth
the
leg Reece to throw
dozen
first.
darter that
Game on.
Girvan hit in the opener of this encounter. Good evening, everybody. What wonders await?
140. 100. 68. 57.
'Many of you may be tuning in after watching some other arrows at the UK Open tonight, and there's been some
123.
sensation stirring there. Not least the king of the Super Series stage, Luke Littler, defeating James Wade 10-7.
100. Reach your car 170.
And Michael van Gerwen beaten in his first match by Mensur Suljevic by the same scoreline. Rhys Robinson not going to reel in the big
105.
fish here. Well, not in this match. Gerwin Price also lost stage 2, losing to Martin Schindler. Ryan Searle went out to Graham
58.
Usher, a
Reach your car
finalist on the
65.
Super Series stage. Big results there. Robinson here looking to level.
45. 96. Reach your
Two
car
legs,
20.
he wants 2 10s.
Game shot on the fourth leg.
Oh,
Reach
it's always the
Robinson.
last starting hand in those situations. Nathan Girvan would have just been piquing his interest.
Fifth leg, Nathan to throw first. Game on.
He's a bit of a watcher, Nathan Girvan. So he'd have been very well aware that the opportunity was nearly going to present itself.
93. 100. 100. 100. 83.
'Girvan was in a good position in this match, 2-0 up. He was in a good position in this leg, but
121.
Robinson, well, that last start might have just saved Nathan Girvan there.
83.
This is a time to find a 140 for Rhys Robinson. He's not going to do that.
45.
He makes a bit of a mess of it there. That leaves him,
42.
actually, with Nathan Girvan being favourite for the leg.
65. Rishikar 135.
I think there's a lot of respect up there at the moment between the two players. Sometimes when you get that, you just get these little nervy moments where the players
70.
know that they need to hit
77.
something. Try and take control of the situation.
Game shot on the fifth
Oh,
leg.
that's a
Nathan
good
Girvan.
dart from Nathan Girvan.
Six leg Reese to throw first. Game on.
Well, it's a crucial
140.
couple of legs this. Rhys Robinson would actually end up being through with 3 matches to spare if he beats Nathan Girvan here. The reason is, of course, Girvan
45.
would have played one of his games, would be on 4 points, and would only have the possibility of matching Robinson on 10. Richard North can also
60.
do that, but they can't both do it. So there aren't enough players that could leapfrog Rhys Robinson if he did win this match. He's got a hold and break to do that.
115.
If Girvan wins it, then it's a bit more open.
$100. $180.
That's a great visit. I suppose there are 2 schools of thought, Matt, for the neutral darts fan like us. That many want to see the group go the distance, but you did mention that once Robinson knows
100.
he's through, then he might start to really strut
161.
his stuff.
Oh, we've seen him do all sorts. I mean, he went for 3 tops last night as a conventional shot. Imagine what he's going to do.
45.
Another point for the
Ishikar
day.
101.
We've seen him go for 3 bulls on the stage before.
He went for a bull 25 there.
See, I don't like
49.
that route. There's one for the
Ishikar
social media.
116.
Dart players debate routes and get Rhys Robinson to try and convince me that's the way forward.
Well, hopefully we'll get the chance for you to ask him about it later on.
82.
Oh, wrong bed.
Ishikar 52.
Chance for Girvan to have put him away there. Instead, Robinson returns.
Game shot on the 6th leg. Rhys Robinson.
Forces a decider. Just like the meeting between the pair last night.
7th and final leg. Nathan to throw first. Game on.
But on this occasion, Nathan Girvan has the advantage of throwing first, and could be a sizable advantage when you've got 2 evenly matched players.
55.
But opens the door a little, but you are able to make 1 error when you're throwing first, if you can be good and straight from that point onwards.
60.
No damage done. We are as we were. Here comes the damage.
123. $100.
Well, just taking a moment, he had a little smile then. Is that to insinuate that he felt Robinson walked a little close to him?
140.
I'd like to see the reaction if he filled that up then. They did have a very, very minor
57.
disagreement at the end of the game. It lasted about a second and then they were best of friends again. As Girvan had sort of give it large after one leg, and then Rhys Robinson did when he won the match.
97.
Girvan gave him that little disgusted look. But before they even left the stage, they were shaking hands and patting each other on the back. Will it be a pat on the back for Girvan, who will come to the hockey with 86 points to inflict the
100.
first defeat of the group
Nathan Uka,
on Rhys
86.
Robinson? A double 16 will do it, or another double 8.
70.
Time on his hands, time on his side. Rhys Robinson not hitting the ground running like he did yesterday when he opened with
60.
105 average.
Nathan Uka, 16. Game shot on the match, Nathan Girvan.
And Girvan gets it done. Robinson loses for the first time in Group B, and it is Nathan Girvan who exacts revenge for that defeat yesterday. Last leg decider is what he went down in last night, but at the start of tonight, he wins and he makes Rhys Robinson wait. This evening could get very interesting yet. It might be time to get some calculators out. But a victory for Girvan puts him in a very good position. And next up, Johnny Barnes looking to respond, while Bhav Patel is looking to pick up his first points.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series for our second game of Group B action here on day 2. And it is going to be Patel, the man who is currently bottom of the table. He represented India recently at the PDC World Championships when he rocked up on that stage at the Alexandra Palace. He is, though, the bottom of the table, wasn't able to find a victory yesterday, but he will certainly have learnt a lot from that experience, and he's up against a fellow debutant here. But this is day number 5 on the stage for Johnny Barnes. He joined us on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday for some Group A action, and he has acquitted himself extremely well up on the Super Series stage. He's a man who has played various sports along his past, and he's just took up darts a couple of years ago, as has Patel. So
through first.
We've kind of got a couple of darting newbies up on the stage.
Yeah, should be rubbish. But actually, they're both very good. And I'm sure
96.
most of you watching, wherever you are watching, are like me, wishing you were that good. See Bav arrive earlier. The first thing he said was, "Can I have a throw on the stage?" Really wanted to practice where he plays for as long as possible.
70.
Good idea as well. Get a bit of time up there. It's one of those things that sort of divides players. Some people like to have a throw on it, some
45.
don't. But the higher up you get, the more limitation you get on that matchboard time. When you play an event like the World Championship, for example, you get taken onto the stage in a group and you get 9 darts.
140.
Just to sort of get a feel and just make sure that you think that the hockey's set right and you've got no complaints with the board itself.
125.
A little bit of time just to walk around on the stage itself and get used to the surroundings. So you kind of don't want to do those early. You don't want to throw those 9 darts cold because it might set some bad
57.
vibes and some bad tones.
We did once see here John Worsley, didn't we, pre-match have 9 darts on the stage and hit a 9-dart finish.
85.
Which I know you don't think counts.
It doesn't count. No, absolutely not.
Can Patel make this count? Treble 18 was a target. But he leaves it
98.
nice
Johnny
and
O'Carr,
handy, although that might have been a
123.
little closer to the treble 20 than he would have been aiming for.
Well, let's see how his doubles are
Bav
tonight. The
O'Carr,
scoring
40.
phase has been much improved from Bav Patel, but yesterday, 3 hits on the
Getting
outer
shot
ring
in the
from
first leg, Bav
22
Patel.
darts. Today, 1 from 1.
Brilliant start. Much
Second
brighter
leg, Johnny to
start
throw first.
for
Game on.
Patel, who lost this fixture 4-0 last night. One of 3 matches in which he failed to record a
25.
single leg.
Well, this is the Bav Patel that we've been told about.
60.
The Bav Patel that's playing in the Super League, that'll be going up to Derbyshire to play a county fixture this weekend.
180.
Just Johnny Barnes is going to be interested in a bit of county darts. He's playing in the Super League system now, which means he's eligible for selection for the county system.
100.
He has played a bit of county cricket. I believe he told me he was a batsman for Durham.
41.
We've had a few players here that have been good at other sports. I think Pete Burgoyne, also a professional cricketer.
45. 85.
Too many crossovers in darts. This is where people sort of play other sports first. And I mean, Gerwin Price is probably the one that comes to mind, who is, by the way, if you haven't just seen,
41.
out of the
Johnny
UK
O'Carr,
Open in the hands of Martin
170.
Schindler.
Does he? Does he?
145.
Well, we've got John O'Shea, haven't we? He used to play left back for Man United. Got David Cameron in a couple of weeks.
100.
Well, by
Johnny
that
O'Carr,
logic,
25.
John Barnes has played plenty of games for Liverpool and
England
Getting shot
international.
on the second leg.
Good
Johnny
point, well
Barnes.
made. Good finish. Well made by Barnes.
Third leg, Bamford
Yeah,
through
we will
first.
chat more
Game
later
on.
about next week's lineup, but it is a strong one. Featuring Iron Mike,
43.
Bearded Dragon, the Prince of Wales, but might not be the one you're thinking of.
140.
And the Mullet is going to be on show.
$44.
Got a funny story I can tell you next week about Louis Williams, and I will be here next week as well, so make sure you tune in for that one.
You're in for a good stint, aren't you, over the next few weeks?
60.
Yeah, you said something like you needed some bigger crowds on a Saturday night, so Matt, could you do the next 3 weeks?
78.
Yeah, if
Needed
you do,
some to open the door.
yeah, if you do want a selfie with Matthew Edgar on Saturday, do come along. Don't let it put you off.
81. Johnny O'Carr, 143.
It was a stronger start from Bab Patel,
100.
but that was only in the opening leg. Since then, it sort of slowly reverted back to the form of last night, and if it continues, his hopes of qualification will be gone. But maybe that's when we start to see the
96.
best of
Johnny
Bab
O'Carr,
Patel, when
43.
the opportunity to go through and those pressures and thoughts have gone.
37.
But this could get a little bit messy for Johnny Barnes.
$59. Johnny O'Carr, 6.
Yeah, double three is a tricky one for anyone.
Getting shot on the third leg. Johnny
But
Barnes.
Barnes finds it. No trouble.
Fourth leg, Johnny to throw first. Game on. $180.
It's hard to believe that he's only been playing the sport for a few years, isn't it, Johnny Barnes, when he's looks so composed.
100.
Yeah, he's been very, very good. And it almost got even better
125.
for Barnes then. Well, there is still the scenario in this group, the one that we've never had ever in Group B, but we were one game away
60.
once of every single player finishing on 8 points. It would mean, of course, Patel would need to win this game. It would also require Reece Robinson to lose all
100.
of his matches, but there was a week. The last game was Fallon Sherrick versus Lee Budgeon. Sherrick won the game. Had she not, every player would have finished on 8 points. Budgeon went into that match
95.
only able to finish
Johnny
either
O'Carr,
first
96.
or last in the group.
$87.
Well, a first-class leg here by Barnes might have turned into something a little dodgy.
With Bab Patel back on 2-4-6, there was an argument there
O'Carr,
to
9.
split that and go for the big two, but I suppose it gives an insight into Johnny Barnes that he's just
No
going to
score.
keep going for whatever target's in front of him. He will get another visit, but how many more? Because Bab Patel is getting closer and closer to the finishing line.
Is this a little bit of luck that Patel may have needed? Johnny Barnes
60.
in this leg was
Johnny
on the
O'Carr,
9 after
9.
just 5 darts. Now he's on 9 after 15.
7. Bobby O'Carr, 128.
And now he's in the madhouse.
Well, he's down to a finish after 9 darts, and he's not taking it out after the next 9.
75.
It's going to take him longer
Johnny
to do the
O'Carr,
last
2.
bit than it did to do the majority of the 501.
Pushes the wire, makes the double smaller. Even smaller still.
No score.
All 3 of them resting
Bobby
on the
O'Carr,
top.
53.
Three little birds resting on the perch, and everything might not be all right.
13. Johnny
Well,
O'Carr,
he'll be
2.
relieved, but for how long?
No score. Bob
Can you believe this? 5 perfect darts at the start of the leg. Johnny Barnes, after 24, still hasn't won it. And he's lost it.
Fourth leg, Bob Patel.
I'm not even going to say Bav Patel's won it. Johnny Barnes has lost that leg.
Fifth leg, Bob
It all went wrong, really, from that really pulled double 9 attempt when it was closer to the treble than the double. And look what it's doing for Bav Patel.
140.
Was that just the moment that he realises that people
59.
do miss in this sport?
A little bit of luck can change everything. And he got a huge slice there.
95.
Barnes, the architect of his own downfall in leg 4.
$140.
Reece Robinson, by the way,
96.
back in action next. Taking on Richard North. And he'll be in that same position again. Will Robinson win? And you are in.
43. Bob O'Carr, 170. $98. $30. Bob O'Carr, 72.
So for 3-2 to Bav Patel, winless so far on his debut at the Super Series.
32.
He will get more darts at that target.
$99.
Johnny Barnes will be
Bob
hoping
O'Carr,
for a
40.
return favour after all those missed doubles in leg number 4. But
Game's on
no,
the fifth leg. Bob
no
Patel.
luck there for Johnny Barnes to return to the board. A good finish there from Bav Patel, who is now just a leg away
Sixth leg, Johnny to
from
third
picking up
first.
his
Game
first victory here at the Super Series.
60. $140.
Just seems to be moving with an air of confidence all of a
85.
sudden, doesn't he, Bav Patel? The shoulders are back. There's a little spring in the step, a little swagger in the hips.
100. $85. $140.
Could be his. What a start to the evening this could be. Bav
60.
Patel will give
Bob
himself a
O'Carr,
chance. Look, he's going to probably
121.
have to win all of his matches to make it through, but he can only win one at a time. No need for that route. He just assumed Barnes was on a finish.
74.
Well, that's what happens when the finishing line starts coming in sight. Even big numbers become harder to do. Johnny Barnes not been able to recover from all
95.
those
Bob
missed
O'Carr,
starts at
47.
doubles when he raced into a potential 3-1 lead. And still, the third time of asking here. I mean, the beauty of 31 is he could go anywhere down the bottom if he wants to.
Well, opts for double 10. It really seems
27.
to be his favourite double.
Johnny O'Carr,
And you know Johnny Barnes will take this
116.
out after all the trouble he had finishing in the previous leg. Treble 20. Double 18.
Game shown
You
the
just
sixth leg.
knew it.
Johnny Barnes.
And what was the bonus ball number this week?
Seventh and final leg. Bath to throw first. Game on.
I'm sure Bav had that sinking feeling himself.
I mean, jokes aside, that's the 4th ton plus finish as well for Johnny Barnes in this group, and this is only his
55.
5th match of playing as well, so a really good return rate where he's hitting a ton plus checkout almost every game.
He'd pretty much be through as
66.
well. And I know we have spoken about 10 points being the magic number in this group, but he stretches lead over Richard North to 6. It would
81.
take a big effort then for North to catch him. Patel wouldn't be able to catch him on 8.
97.
Of course, North faces Reese Robinson next, so all of that's in Barnes' favour as well. But I have to say, I've been impressed
121.
with Patel in this game.
He's dug in deep, hasn't he? Especially after the nightmare start to Super Series
125.
life that he had yesterday. But this one finally in the balance. And that first dart again for Patel. Takes the pressure out of the situation.
85.
That injects the pressure in the situation because it's left him in a spot of bother.
95.
Well, took out 116 to make it 3-3, did Johnny Barnes.
100. Johnny O'Carr, 118.
1-1-8. And he's got
Game
your
shown in the
number.
match, Johnny
Bav
Barnes.
Patel defeated for the second time by Johnny Barnes, who produced a brace of brilliant checkouts after really struggling to hit a double before that. He was 4 out of 21. It's a remarkable statistic that 2 of his finishes were ton plus, and when he just needed a double, he couldn't seem to find one. But Barnes does win, and that boosts his chances of being at finals night on debut. As for Patel, well, his debut hasn't been the best, but a much more promising start to this evening. Reese Robinson looking to confirm qualification next when he takes on Richard North. Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, where Richard North is about to get his night underway once he's finished his little chin wag with Rhys Robinson, who lost his opening match. It looks like he's changed his flights back to those ones he was winning with last night, Rhys Robinson. If he wins this match against North, he will be through to finals night on Saturday. A win for North would make it very interesting because he would close the gap on Girvan ahead of him to just a couple of points. Robinson has the darts in this one and very much has it in his control as to whether or not he qualifies. 31-year-old won all of his games last night, went down in a last leg decider in his opener to Nathan Girvan tonight. But Richard North had a difficult evening, just one win for him, and he will have to improve
First leg, Rhys to throw
plenty. First
Game
of all,
on.
just to beat Rhys Robinson, but certainly to qualify for Saturday.
.43.
Just want to take this moment as well to thank Richard North for the gift that he brought me earlier on. No surprise that it's a set of darts because he's got probably thousands of sets. This, a completely different set to what he played with last night. And I wouldn't be surprised if he plays with a different set at some point tonight as well.
60.
And you will be able to catch all the players on our YouTube channel playing with some very different sets of darts. Stay tuned for that. Hit that subscribe button.
82.
Lots of fun to be had away from the serious stuff of the Super Series stage matches.
40.
Bit of a flyer there for Richard North.
28.
Not quite got the weight of the equipment. He'd have been stood in the back room practicing with these, thinking these are the darts for me tonight. And then when he's gone up there, not going as well. And it's a different feel when you play with him in a game. There's a lot of people
60.
that will concur with the fact they've gone into their local dart shop. They've picked up a set of darts, gone, these are the darts for me. I'm going to be the next Michael van Gerwen. And then when you get to your game,
85.
you're back to being Mr. 26.
.46.
Paul Hinks himself can throw a mean dart. Those of you who follow our social media at MSS Darts will have seen. Or if you don't, make sure you do follow
80.
and do see Mr. Paul Hinks. He's not only calling a 180 that he's capable of.
I think the MODUS Super Series
60.
YouTube channel may hit a milestone tonight. We might hit the 30,000 subscriber mark.
Make it happen. There's even a video on there of Matthew Edgar cheating.
24.
I don't think it got the Glenn Durrant seal of approval, that one, did it? He wasn't very pleased.
It's just Matthew Edgar that hasn't got the Glenn Durrant seal of approval, as far as I've heard.
98. .58. Ritual car 94.
Options on this, treble 18 now may go double. Well, he was going for
54.
two doubles, but rather
Ritual
half-heartedly
car
there.
116.
Tops he wants.
76.
Not sure what he's got.
Ritual car 40.
Well, he's been having a lot of flyers going for the treble 20, and that one nearly went in the tyre.
Getting shot on the first leg, Rhys Robinson.
26 darter for Rhys Robinson.
Second leg, Richard to throw first.
Rhys
Game
Robinson, with his confidence and his expectations, would be not far off expecting to do
30.
2 legs.
in 26 darts.
If you are just joining us, having watched the action at the UK Open, which finished just a few minutes ago, what you've missed so far, Nathan Girvan
41.
beating Rhys Robinson in the opener 4-3. First defeat for Robinson in this group. Then another 4-3. Johnny Barnes getting the better of Bav Patel in a balmy bout, which
100.
saw Barnes miss double after double after double. And then hit back-to-back ton-plus finishes. This game 3. Luke Humphries in mine head getting the job done in the match against Dirk van Dijvenbode. I haven't had a look at the draw yet, Matthew. Have you got any
57.
update on that?
It's just coming through as we speak. It's happening right this second. There's a couple of interesting ones there already. Luke Littler, man who won here twice at the Super Series. He'll be taking on Martin Schindler,
60.
who's took out Gerwin Price. Peter Wright looking to get his form back. He's taking on the defending champion Andrew Gilding.
Oh, know each other well, that pair.
44.
Could Gilding do the double, defend his title?
Two of the most underrated players at the moment. Two players that are playing good darts, but without recognition, really. Ricky Evans and Mike DeDecker will face each other.
59.
Yeah, big maximum hitter, Mike DeDecker.
Mensa Suljović's reward for taking out Michael
100.
van Gerwen is Dave Chisnell.
Unfair. Richard North looking to get a leg against Rhys Robinson here, and he'll want to do it in sensational style.
140. Richard Carl.
Will he get it, Matt? Yes or no?
He'll tell you he will, but I don't think he does.
Well, you wait until the dart was thrown. Doesn't count.
26. Richard
What
Carl.
about Rhys
78.
Robinson on the 78?
Yes.
He'll do well. Oh, what a
He's on
rescue
the
that
second
is.
leg.
Just
Rhys
to make
Robinson.
Matthew Edgar right, and it makes me sick.
Third leg
It's a
Rhys to throw
single one
first. Game
first
on.
start. Treble 15, double 16.
And if you asked me which way he was going to go, I'd have said that way as well.
I'm sure you would.
Some more draws coming through from Minehead. Gary Anderson, the best player in the world right now. A man who's nearly
57.
got a 12-month average of 100. Unheard of. Will take on Chris Adobe. Graham Usher, who beat Ryan Searle, takes on Gian Van Veen.
45.
Rob Cross, Josh Rock.
Something of a Super Series derby. Usher and Van Veen both played a prominent part, both here in Portsmouth and in our previous guys in Southampton.
78.
Rhys Robinson here on the stage right now, 2 legs away from qualification. Joining Shane McGurk,
58.
Adrian Gray and Jamie Kelling in getting through. And there will be a healthy audience here
100.
tomorrow, I'm sure, with Gray not too far away and Kelling pretty local indeed. So do make sure you get your tickets.
28.
Mervyn King still in the event, takes on Christopher Tysky. Nathan Aspinall takes on Damon Hetta. Tommy Clayton, Ross
125.
Smith. Benjamin Giroux still in the event. The man from Denmark takes on the world
45.
champion Luke
Richard Carl,
Humphries.
141.
1-4-1, not going to go, but Robinson is so far ahead in this leg, it doesn't matter.
65. Eight. Richard Carr 76.
I've got a feeling we're not going to see these darts from Richard North in the next game. They're just not working for him right now. He's not got the weight, not got the
125.
balance,
Richard Carr 40.
and performance has dropped off from yesterday, which was a drop-off from what we saw last time he was here.
Game shot on the third leg. Rhys Robinson.
It was a really slow start for Richard North, and it's happening again tonight, isn't it?
Fourth leg. Richard to throw first. Game on.
And it's going to make this group look as good as done.
58.
If Johnny Barnes goes down to Nathan Girvan in the next game, then North will be 6 points adrift.
180.
Reece Robinson turning it on. This leg could be the
58.
one that seals his spot at finals night.
See the shake of the head there from Reece Robinson, despite the fact
140.
this has been a massive drop-off in the performance and he's not looked comfortable up there at any point. He still fancies
70.
the 9.
Lovely lobbing
140.
from the league leader.
86. Rishikar 41.
Who's going to do it in style here on double 16, double 8.
Game
And
shot
Reece
on the match.
Robinson is through to finals night here at the Super Series. A 4-0 thumping of Richard North, enough to seal Robinson's place on Saturday at the Super Series. And next up here, Johnny Barnes will take on Nathan Girvan. Right then, the action resumes here at the MODUS Super Series. A meeting between Johnny Barnes and Nathan Girvan, both looking good for a place at finals night. But if Girvan wins this, it'll look like it's pretty much done. Girvan, the Scotsman, would join Johnny Barnes on 8 points. If Barnes wins, then he would be through, joining Reece Robinson on 10. There is no scenario where both
First leg, Johnny
go
to
out.
through first.
Paul Hinks, the
Game on.
referee. What a shift he's put in, as always. A double session here at the MODUS Super Series, and we are very grateful to have him. But yeah, Nathan Girvan, when you saw
100.
the groups before the week started, you would have expected to have made it to finals night. Johnny Barnes has been a revelation.
Absolutely. Nathan Girvan was definitely on the, not even just the short list, but the
45.
certainty list. Johnny Barnes, we didn't know what to expect, but I kind of do want to see him there.
45.
I enjoyed watching him. I'd love to see him on a Saturday night, and really would like to listen to what his plans are.
60.
Has this experience here at the Super Series maybe made him realise that he's capable of doing maybe just a little bit more within this game?
38.
You mentioned our referee Paul Hinks.
140.
He's actually got a little book where he keeps all the games he's refereed, how many legs.
81.
He would have been filling that book up these last couple of days, wouldn't he? 25 games a day.
64.
Very, very interesting to collect all those numbers.
100.
I wonder at what point Super Series officiating might overtake PDC officiating for him, because yes, he did it for a lot of years, but all the big TV tournaments, it might have been a handful of matches per day, not the numbers he's posting here.
105. Johnny
Argue
O'Carr,
it probably already
137.
has. You know, if you think about just the last couple of days, he's done 50 matches.
85.
That's probably a year's
Nathan
worth
O'Carr,
of
87.
stage work, 50 matches.
Bullseye.
Getting shot on the first leg. Nathan Girvan.
And Paul Hinks awards the opening leg to Nathan Girvan against a throw as well.
Second leg, Nathan to throw first. Game on.
As I said, if he wins this Girvan, this group looks over to me.
121.
Robinson on 10, Barnes on 8, Girvan on 8, and then North on 2, Patel on nothing. The only little
100.
thing that will extend it a little longer is if North beats Patel in the game that's about to follow. But based on how both played in the previous matches, you would have to say Patel would be the most likely winner
41.
of that.
I think one thing we can be
85.
sure about is Richard North will not be turning up with the same darts in the next match. Do you think we're going to see a change of equipment there?
Well, the way that he's played in his first match the last couple of nights, I think he'd be
99.
well advised to turn up a little earlier. Put some practice in.
$80.
Do you have a pre-match or pre-tournament routine, a perfect quota of practice before you played?
Absolutely. 100%, as does everybody out there on that
96.
Pro Tour. It's when you can't get that and that practice is disturbed, you don't feel right, you don't feel settled, you don't feel comfortable, you feel undercooked.
180. Nathan O'Carr,
That's
144.
something that you don't have to worry about here at the Super Series. You've got perfect preparation conditions.
47. Johnny O'Carr, 56.
Barnes to break back.
16. Nathan
We're
O'Carr,
going to have a bit of
97.
this again where he can't hit a double unless it's at the end of a big combo. Girvan may hit to complete this combination. Double 10.
87. Johnny O'Carr, 40. $20. Nathan O'Carr,
It's actually
10.
becoming quite bizarre, this. Give him clear darts at a double he can't hit. Give him a three-figure finish. It's no problem. Will he get more goes in this leg?
6.
He will.
Johnny O'Carr, 20. Getting shot on the second leg. Johnny Barnes.
It's one of those questions. How
They'd
long
like
do
Johnny to
people
throw
practice
first. Game on.
before a match or a tournament? That differs quite a lot depending on who you ask.
180.
The doors for a Pro Tour open up 3 hours before the event. So it used to be a 12 o'clock start, used to open the doors at 9. And that's when we'd open up for the 9 a.m. Darters Club, which would have the likes of myself, Paul Nicholson, Mervyn King.
60.
Yeah, I thought his name might come up.
All getting in there nice and early. The majority of people was in there by 10, so good 2 hours beforehand. But on some of the big
41.
events, it was even more. I remember going to the World Championships, and I knew there was media work to do beforehand, and
85.
photographs and things for all the graphics. So I normally go 3 hours early, so I thought I'm going to go in 4.5 hours early to give myself 90 minutes extra to do any of
100.
the other commitments. When I've gone in there, already on a practice board was Peter Wright, and he was the last game on in the session. So there's another 3 hours on top of that, and he was already there. So we're talking 7.5 hours
136.
that I knew of.
Wow. Well, they say practice makes perfect. Did he win that tournament?
He lost to Tony Alcinas.
Oh,
134. Johnny O'Carl 40.
the right
Yeah,
got
he's
it
on the
wrong,
third
but
leg.
Barnes
Johnny
got it
Barnes.
right there. 13 dart leg to turn this one around very quickly. Having lost the opener, he now leads 2-1.
Fourth leg Nathan to throw first. Game on.
And it is a match, remember, that if Barnes wins, he books his place in finals night. And he also
121.
just offers that little bit of hope to Richard North by beating Nathan Girvan. Because North could beat Baf
60.
Patel in his next game to get within 2 points of Girvan, and then he would play him.
Could you imagine
93.
Richard North qualifying when you was watching him play that last game and he just couldn't get anything in the same area?
It'd become a real local finals night. He's even closer to us here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth than Jamie Kelling, who will bring a few with him, no doubt.
100. $100. $45.
A fabulous cast on show.
41. Nathan Carl
Tomorrow night.
142.
Both of this pair will be hoping to be part of it, but Rhys Robinson is going to be there. Shane McGurk, localish
60.
player Adrian Gray, even more local star Jamie Kelling, and local celebrity Henry Deacon.
140. Nathan Carl 82.
Oh, now he might change his plan now. I don't think he'll go for the ball with dart number 2. I quite like the play of treble 20. Why not?
62. Johnny O'Carl 80.
Read his mind.
60. Nathan O'Carl 20. Getting shot on the fourth leg. Nathan Girvan.
2-2 then. Yeah, if you do get the chance to come to one of these finals nights, make sure
Just
you
like
do
Johnny to throw
come along,
first, game
be
on.
part of it. You could be watching some top players produce
100.
some top stuff. Tickets available via dartshop.tv or via the quick response code that has just appeared on your screen.
44. $135.
Scan it, book it, and come and enjoy an evening at the Arrows. If it can't be tomorrow night, just do try and get down here
137.
one Saturday. Still at this
82.
point expecting to see both of these players there. Barnes has beaten Girvan, hasn't he? Time and time again
140.
this week. He beat him last night 4-3. When they first met
40.
on Monday, Barnes beat him 4-3. When they met again on Tuesday, Barnes beat him 4-2. And on Wednesday, it
140.
was also
Johnny
4-2.
Carr, 144.
Girvan hasn't got the better of him once.
But that was a big 140 at a big, big time for
60.
Girvan.
Nathan
A
Carr,
hat-trick
40.
of big power scores to really attack the throw of Johnny Barnes.
Not sure what was said. So probably go away, something like that.
Game
He
shot on the
puts that
fifth
away
line,
though, and
Nathan
Girvan now is in control of not just this contest, but his own darting destiny this week at the Super Series.
Six flag Nathan to throw first. Game on.
And played in good spirit between the pair.
$140. 44. $140.
Well, he really has come alive here, Nathan Girvan. That is 5 scores in a row of big power, 2 treble visits.
85. $140.
Make that 6. This is absolute A-star scoring here from Girvan.
$140. Nathan Carr,
Well,
81.
it's going to be bad news for Richard North. 31 remaining. Can go any which way he likes. Chooses double 12, although I'm not sure he knows it.
Game shot in the match, Nathan Girvan.
And he does take it out. A really classy end to that game. A game played in an excellent manner by the two players who both look destined to make it through to finals night. A 4-2 victory for Girvan over Barnes, who he beats for the first time in 5 attempts this week at the Super Series. And it means that Richard North has got no choice now but to win all of his matches and hope that somebody really capitulates. He will start that bid with a meeting against Patel after the break. Well, here at the live lounge, it's not looking too good for the two players on stage right now. One of them has officially now been eliminated. Bhav Patel can't make it, hasn't won a game yet, hoping that changes here, and it might if Richard North can't up it from how he played in his first game. A 4-0 defeat to Rhys Robinson, where Northey just didn't get off the mark, and if he doesn't win this match, he will also be out, meaning Johnny Barnes and Nathan Girvan will be guaranteed to join Robinson
First leg, Richard
at finals night, and the field will be filled
on.
with 5 games to spare.
Well, let's take a look at the equipment here of Richard North. Definitely a change on the back end. This is the same darts I believe he played with
100.
last night.
Yeah, certainly not as bulbous on the front end, or not kind of that spring onion effect that he had in the first match. It didn't work for him, so
58.
he's changed something.
$40. 100. 81.
Well, already more encouragement here for
100.
Richard North, seeming to have a bit more control over the tungsten. They were sort of going in at all sorts of angles in that opening game,
70.
but not quite got the line right yet. Every visit has had a stray by that first one.
100.
This game last night was Bhav Patel's best chance to win. He got 3 legs in it. The only player he took
60.
legs off, but he
Babakar 143.
took 3 off Johnny Barnes tonight. And a much improved opener. Only been playing darts a couple of years and still getting used to some aspects of the game.
93. Richard Akar
Yep, he's finally realised you have to throw all 3. Oh, naughty. Trying something naughty.
70. Babakar 50. 40. Richard Akar 80.
Well, that was a tops, which has made it a little bit awkward for him.
60.
And he is someone we
Babakar
mentioned
10.
has tinkered with nicknames before. Maybe you just give him another one. Naughty Northy.
Game shot on the first leg. Bhav Patel.
Well, it's naught for Northey so far. No legs against Rhys Robinson,
Second leg,
and he
Bhav
loses the
Patel
first
first.
against Bhav
Game on.
Patel. Nibbling the flights there, Richard North. Maybe that Tupperware tub that he brought
42.
on stage last night was actually a snack box.
57.
Has he got that tonight? I haven't noticed it this evening.
If he's got it, it's not on the table with him.
96.
Not too
85.
comfortable, Richard North, the last couple of evenings. Was a late replacement, just to let people know that Tony O'Shea forced to withdraw through injury and Richard North stepped in. And
100.
I asked you earlier, Matthew, about how many hours you usually practice before playing, but actually when it comes to
97.
an appearance in a tournament, I'm sure that players can start their preparation days, if not weeks before.
Absolutely. Especially if it's something you know is on the horizon and it's sort of like a
45.
big event. You do build and grow into it. Especially an event like tonight where it starts at 10 o'clock, your whole
92.
day is based around being here around about 7:30, 8 o'clock.
84. Richard Ducal 170.
Your whole eating habits change because you don't want to feel bloated.
65. Bobby Ducal 134.
It's a very weird thing you've got to try and get into. You've got to get into that mode where you're satisfied, but you don't feel
94.
full.
Richard Ducal 105.
Tops.
65. Bobby Ducal 40.
Just tops. Double 10. Oh, it's a wild one to leave double 7, but he
Getting
puts
shot on
it
the
right.
second
And
leg.
Patel
Well,
has a
Patel.
2-leg lead here on Richard North. Reminder that this
Third leg Richard
is
to
the
throw
result
first. Game
required
on.
to wrap everything up in this group, and the finals night field would be complete. Patel 2 legs away from
95.
being the person that causes that, even though it won't be him or his opponent who are part of it.
100. 43. 100.
Annoyingly for me as well, that means that you'll be able to gloat in 2 separate studio chats tonight. Because you were
57.
right about the top 3, and you're going to be able to talk about that twice.
You know me, Chris, I'm not one to
100.
talk about my own achievements.
And considering just not turning up for that and leaving you to do it yourself.
80.
Won't be the first time I've interviewed myself.
Why doesn't that surprise me?
100.
101 for Patel when he comes back to pile the misery and
56.
pain on
Bobby
Richard
Carr,
North, who
101.
intentionally leaves 170.
I think the misery and the pain on Richard North's already there. And I think he's inflicting it on
61.
himself. He just
Richard Ducal
can't work out what's
170.
going wrong with his game at the moment.
Used to be right at the top of the world,
58.
Richard North. He
Bobby
was a
Carr,
top
40.
32 player in PDC darts. Pro Tour finalist. Tonight he looks a shadow of that.
20.
Patel
Richard
can't
Ducal,
punish this time.
112.
But there has been no indication that Northey will take out a finish like this. None whatsoever.
72. Bobby Ducal 20.
Patel had
No
this
score.
match
Richard Ducal,
firmly in the
40.
palm of his hand. He's just loosened his grip.
Gain shot on the third leg.
A
Richard North.
nonchalant dart thrown at the double, but it found its way in. Richard North looked as surprised as anybody.
Fourth leg buff to throw first. Game on.
He's still in a position here, Richard North, where he could actually still qualify.
58.
But the way he's sort of walking around the stage, you wouldn't believe that he thinks that's a possibility. But could you imagine if he actually
85.
did? That would be probably one of the most remarkable turnarounds I have ever seen. Not just here, but anywhere. Because at the moment, it looks like the most unlikely thing
77.
going. I mean, we've talked about the fact Johnny Barnes just sort of starting up Super League. The averages Richard North's putting in at the
140.
moment, you wouldn't even have him on a 50-50 record in Super League.
Yeah, it's quite amazing to see. And I was watching, I commentated on the
81.
finally reaching the Pro Tour. Pushed Dave Chesnell hard.
68.
Made it to the big tournaments. in PDC darts and just can't seem to rediscover that form.
45.
I suppose the big mystery to darts players who do have that fall from grace is not knowing why, not
99.
knowing what it is that's changed. Why they're not producing those 90-odd averages regularly. Why they're not winning matches regularly.
85. Richard Ricard, 109.
Then you go through a process of trial and error where you try looking
46.
for
Bob Ricard, 155.
the result, try looking for the answer.
$97. Richard Ricard, 63.
This for the most unlikely level up. Tops.
43. Bob Ricard, 58.
Long way off and a very aggressive angle there that one's hit the board. His darts do tend to stand to attention, but that one almost hit the board side on.
38. Richard Ricard, 20.
But just 2 from 15 for Bhav Patel on the outer ring.
15. Bob Ricard, 20.
You'll get 3 more.
I'll have to put this right. On double 2.
18.
Can't do it.
Richard Ricard, 5. No score. Bob Ricard, 2.
All getting a little bit messy.
Game shot on the fourth leg. Bob Patel.
And Patel moves within 1 of what would be his first win on the Super Series stage.
This leg reaches to throw first. Game
It'll be a
on.
win against esteemed opposition. Mentioned it north in big PDC tournaments. The UK Open, which has been played this weekend. 5 appearances in
105.
that for Northey. Last 16 in the World Grand Prix. He's made it through to the World Championship twice, the Players' Championship finals twice. He's also appeared at the
121.
European Championship and the World Match Play.
45.
And it's only just over a year ago since he won a
121.
WDF event as well. He won the Malta Open in November 2022.
54. $99.
But let's allow this moment to be all about Bhav Patel.
83. Bob Ricard, 160.
5 matches played on debut, 5 matches lost. That may be about to change.
40. $48. Bob Ricard, 120.
Time on his side now for Bhav Patel.
80.
He's in a position he hasn't really been in up on that stage yet. A chance to win the match.
140. Bob Ricard, 40.
For his first win at the MODUS Super Series, double 10.
20.
Not
Richard Ricard,
quite
26.
yet.
No score.
Wow.
Bob Ricard, 20.
Well, Patel gets an unexpected opportunity. Double 5.
Game shot
And
in the mouth.
Patel
Bhav Patel.
picks up his first victory on the Super Series stage. Bhav Patel beats Richard North, who's had a miserable night himself. And that all means that everything is done. The finalists are confirmed. And myself and Matthew Edgar will talk about them after this short break. Well, that's it. A really early resolution to this week here at the MODUS Super Series. All 6 finalists already confirmed. That is after results this evening in Group B. Matthew Edgar, very rare. We sit here with 5 games to go and we know which 3 are going through.
Yeah, that last defeat there for Richard North, a very hard watch in the end. Then that's the thing that sort of wrapped everything up. Bhav Patel getting a win at last, and he'll feel a lot happier about that. But the top 3 have really just been head and shoulders above this pack.
Yeah, let's just look at those results. And that one that Matthew just mentioned might actually be the most significant, even though it doesn't mean anything for qualifying. Bhav Patel would be very happy just to have got that win under his belt. Before it, Nathan Girvan beat Rhys Robinson, made Rhys wait, but then he assured qualification with victory over Richard North. And now Girvan and Barnes are also through. Robinson to play Barnes next. I think you predicted earlier we might start to see some real fun stuff now, particularly from Rhys.
Yeah, but I mean, the other thing we've got to remember, though, is since the changes at the Super Series as well, that every position is extra prize money now, which may mean Rhys Robinson doesn't get as flamboyant as he once would have, because before, it didn't really matter where you finished in the top 3. As long as you're in the top 3, you'd qualified, where now every place is worth more money, and maybe Rhys Robinson's going to eye up that top jackpot prize.
Yeah, and because he's lost a game already, it's not certain that he is going to win the group, but we have seen in spells the real Rhys Robinson tonight.
In bits, at that first game, I don't know what Rhys Robinson that was. That was a Rhys Robinson in disguise or a Rhys Robinson imposter, because he just didn't look settled. It was a bit erratic at times. He wasn't even getting any extension in the arm, and you could see him sort of alluding to that as he's sort of flicking his arm out and trying to wonder what was going on. He did put it right a bit later on, and maybe now that the tension has gone out of the situation, maybe we'll see him a little bit more fluent like he was last night, because he played with a real good rhythm last night.
Yeah, what of Johnny Barnes? Because we've seen him have severe double trouble in some legs this evening. Then we saw him take out back-to-back ton plus checkouts as well.
Tends to be the way when you come to the hockey, you've got 3 darts in hand, or if you've missed a few darts as well and you're approaching it again, you sort of just want to get the job done. However, when you're on those combination shots, it's something you don't expect to hit all the time. So when you get to a double, you're almost appreciative of it rather than going to the hockey expecting. So it's just all about the approach play, and that is the little bit that he will learn the more he plays. We've got to remember he's 55, but in this sport he's very much an infant.
Yeah, and we've seen some really good stuff from Nathan Girvan as well tonight. Look, we said we expected him to make it through 2 finals night, and it's a reward for a week where he's played well.
What a bang as well that he won that last one in as well. The last 6 visits to the scoring phase, all with 2 trebles. That was a real impressive scoring display from Nathan Girvan, and that's where he's got in the locker. He did it earlier in the week as well with that 113 average, and it's why there's just that little bit of a fear factor about players like Nathan Girvan. When we look at the players now that are in the lineup, we look at them all for different reasons. Girvan will have that fear because of the explosiveness. Someone like Shane McGurk, we look at him and we think, well, he's a very consistent type. To beat him, I'm going to have to look at getting like a sub-15 dart leg at some point, because certainly if he's got the throw. So everyone's got a different key quality and strength, which is going to make a great finals night.
Right, let's have a look at the table then. 5 games still to play in this group. It's this point of the night what I usually turn to Matthew Edgar and say, who do you think will go through? But we already know it was the 3 that you did predict at the start of the night, and indeed the start of the group. Barnes, Girvan and Robinson going through. But as you said then, just 2 points between the top 3, so I'm going to change the question as to who you think will win the group.
I'm going to stick with Reese. It was my play from the start. I'm quite stubborn, so I'm not going to differ away from that. And I think maybe that's the order we get as well.
Okay, let's have a quick look at what's happening here next week then. We did mention this earlier on in the show, and we do have some big names. The X Factor, Andy Bolton, Dewey Williams making a debut at the Super Series, Conor Heenan, of course, a Manuit 2-9 darters, and plenty of players who've been here before, plus a couple of interesting newbies as well.
Looking forward to that lineup. I really am. I think back end of the week, it's going to be an interesting to see which way that Group A goes. Because when you look at that Group A lineup, actually trying to work out who's going to win that, who's going to go B and C, I think we might end up with quite a strong Group C next week, because 1 or 2 of those players, they can't all get through. And it's a strong Group A lineup. So I think we're going to probably see whoever drops out of Group A into Group C probably go through Group C quite convincingly.
Yeah, Danny Jansen, the mullet as well. Really looking forward to seeing him. He's having a fantastic start to the season. Right, Reese Robinson and Johnny Barnes are about to do battle. So you're going with Reese to win the group. This could change it. Johnny Barnes, it would be some debut if he were to go win a group, wouldn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's some debut already. Regardless of what happens now, getting through to Saturday night is an amazing achievement in itself. So really, this is all free roll from here. It's certainly something at the start of the week when I had a little chat with him when I arrived here in Portsmouth. He wasn't quite even thinking of Saturday night. It was just, I'll just see how it goes. I don't really know. I've not played darts very long. This is all new to me. Well, he's going to get another new experience tomorrow night.
Right then, 5 more fixtures coming your way here at the MODUS Super Series. Yeah, be here on a Saturday night. It is an entertaining evening of Arrows action, and he will be here, Rhys Robinson, tomorrow night. And so will Johnny Barnes, the pair already through, but now fighting for position in Group B. Robinson tops it at the moment, but Barnes can go level on points if he can get a victory over Rhys here. So let's see which way this one goes. We do, of course, now know the 6 finalists, but we will be sure to have plenty more fun, plenty more entertainment between now and the end of the evening. Much of it coming from this man.
Well, when you call yourself Mr. Must-See, you're going to bring something out of the lockup.
81.
And to be fair to him, he normally does.
$58. 55. 100. 85.
100. Robinson looking disgusted at his failure to find a treble 20, but he puts it right with dart number 3.
95.
'Dart number 1 looks pretty handy. Room for 2.
133.
And I'm going to call it now, straight for the bullseye when he comes back.
$139. Reach your car 50.
No.
Missed it, just missed it, Matt. Missed it by miles.
32. Johnny McCarr 46.
Well, that maybe proves your point. He has been a little bit more reserved, hasn't he, the last couple of nights, with what he's done and with what he's said.
10. Reach your car 18. Game shot on the
He does
first
find
leg.
double
Rhys
9 to
Robinson.
take the opening leg.
Second leg, Johnny to throw first. Game on.
Does that mean he gets another moniker from Mr. Must-See into
140.
Mr. Conventional?
Yeah, reserved Rhys Robinson.
$45. 85. 31.
Well, do make sure you get involved between now and the end of the night. We will keep you company. You can keep us company as well. Get your
60.
messages across our social media channels at MSS Darts on X, Facebook, Instagram. You can also post in the chat room on
92.
YouTube. We'll have a little Ask Edgar, shall we? Any sensible questions I'll put to the man alongside me.
140.
Super Series related or otherwise.
$140. Johnny McCarr 76. Game shot on the second leg. Johnny Barnes.
1-1.
Third leg, Reese to throw first. Game on. $60. 60.
A real flyer from Reese Robinson. Struggling to find that little bit of intensity, maybe,
60.
knowing that the job is done in terms of making it to the showpiece on Saturday.
100.
There is a question, if you are watching along in the chat, I would like to know as well, and that is, what for you has been the biggest surprise so far today? There has been
81.
many surprises going over at Minehead. Martin Schindler taking out Gerwin Price. There's a Suljevic taking out MBG, Graham Usher.
41.
Taking out Ryan Searle, the man who's been dominating the Pro Tour over the first few events.
100. 121.
A bit lazy, the lob of the last one from Robinson there.
$85. Rishika 85.
It will be the bullseye.
60. Johnny O'Carr 75.
Couldn't be found, so Barnes to break and lead.
Game shot on the third leg. Johnny Barnes. Fourth leg, Johnny to throw first. Game on.
Struggle for Reese Robinson by his standards.
100. 100. 95. 43. 45. 140. 100.
Well, we did ask you to put your questions in the chat, and Silver Manny has aimed at you, Matt, and we've been so good at
60.
predicting
Johnny O'Carr
this week.
161.
He wants to know who you think will win next week.
Well, Silver Manny, I think there's a few...
Hang on a minute.
117.
Sorry, carry on.
I think there's a
Richard
few
Darwood,
people
158.
in the running, and I think a lot of them are going to come from Group A. I think that's where the winner's going to come from.
Now, this is interesting. That leaves the bull. We were waiting for the maverick move.
133. Johnny O'Carr 44.
Return to that point in a moment, because suddenly this pair were getting annoyed at the thunder being stolen.
12. Risha Carr 25.
88.
Game shot on the fourth leg. Reece Robinson.
Levels. Group A next week features Andy Bolton, Louis Williams, Conor Heenahan, Darren Armstrong and
Fifth
ADC
leg,
qualified,
Reece to throw
Carlo
first.
Van
Game on.
Peer, brother of Berry, and Danny Jansen, the mullet, who's having a great start to the year. So you're saying the winner's going to come from Group A, but I still think it's a tough job to pick from that bunch.
100.
Yeah, am I allowed to just say Group A is going to provide the winner, or do you want to know?
Well, they weren't my rules, but it specifically says who will win next week.
121.
I think Louis Williams is going to come close. I think it's between Andy Bolton and Danny Yan. I'm going to go Andy Bolton.
The X Factor, who has won on that
26.
stage before.
$85.
Great darts.
180.
The 180 from Rhys Robinson in leg 5 of this battle.
45. $59. $60. Rishikar 136.
136.
$128.
Oh, it looked in that second dart. It wasn't.
95. Rishikar 8. Game shot on the 5th leg. Rhys Robinson.
But Robinson does put that in and leads this match 3-2.
6th leg. Johnny to throw first. Game on.
Next match, North meets Girvan. Based on what we've witnessed
60.
so far tonight, Girvan will really fancy that one.
$100. $95.
Barnes here battling, but you just get the sense that Robinson is starting to
100.
lift his game a little bit.
$100. $140. $60. Rishikar 161. $41.
Will he go for the
41.
three tops?
Rishikar
That's the
120.
Robinson way, usually. Wow. Wow.
Game
Rhys
shot on the
Robinson
match. Rhys
winning a
Robinson.
match in style. Tried to go 3 tops and they're not content with not getting that. He goes 20, bull, for that beautiful finish, and Robinson gets a 4-2 win against Johnny Barnes to tighten his grip on top spot in the group. Richard North takes on Nathan Girvan after the break. Well, the MODUS Super Series has just been lit up by Reece Robinson's magic. 20 ball. Luke Littler did that tonight at the UK Open against James Wade, but Reece Robinson has brought that brand of showmanship to the Super Series stage many times before. It was actually an attempt for 3 tops before he did that. Richard North and Nathan Girvan enjoyed it. They're enjoying themselves now, but North hasn't enjoyed himself on the dartboard over the last couple of nights. He cannot qualify. He's only picked up 1 win. That came against Patel last night, whose only win came against North tonight. And Girvan sits in second place
through first.
in the table.
Game on.
And will be going through with Robinson and Johnny Barnes.
$41.
Has been a very slow night for Richard North. One he will most want to forget,
60.
but he's still got 2 more games to go. Still a bit of time to try and put things right. But he's had no control over the tungsten. We've seen him change
125.
darts. We've seen him change the flight and stem setup here. But the darts have been kicking in at all sorts of angles. He's been losing the line.
134.
Well, this game yesterday did go the distance between the pair of them. All 7 legs were played. Girvan came out on top.
$60. $45. $57.
We did say we'd see some
59.
magical maverick things here once the group was sorted, and we saw one, didn't we? I expect more, and not only from the players that are through, but even the players that are out could be trying a few tricks. Richard North
96.
earlier did attempt 3 bullseyes, didn't he?
I wouldn't be surprised to see Richard North attempt a few more things as well. It's not really going right for him at the moment.
53. Nathan Carr 94.
We saw him trying to score on the bullseye at different points of the game.
34. Richard Carr 138.
Not going to take this out, so Girvan will get the chance to break in the very first leg of this match.
130. Nathan Carr 60.
Doesn't like the light one little bit, and that's why he's only got 1 little bit to aim at.
$20. Richard Carr 8.
And couldn't find it.
No score. Nathan Carr 40.
He's just really struggled with the weight of dart tonight as Richard North.
Game shown the first leg. Nathan Girvan.
And Nathan Girvan's
Second
not
leg.
had
Nathan
that
to throw
problem.
first. Game on.
Managed to force his way into this group with a victory over Adam Mould in the last match of Group A, and that now looks even more important after Mould missed out in Group C this afternoon.
$85.
It's a hard place that Richard North's in right now because there's a
41.
bit of a smile. He's been very jokey and pally with his opponents, but inside he'll be hurting. Inside he'll be wondering, where's that Richard
98.
North that went into the World Championship as the #1 from the Pro Tour Order of Merit?
100.
You called it the weight of the dart. Just everything dropping, isn't it?
34.
Low, low, low.
$50. 100. Nathan Carr, 130.
It's the angle of entry as well. It's as if the dart's just a bit too long.
Double 8 here.
114.
What would have been a 130 clean up.
$38. Nathan Carr, 16. $8.
Making
Richard
his
Carr,
doubles hard for himself
146.
by getting so close to them, Nathan Girvan.
$46. Nathan Carr, 8. Getting shot on the second leg. Nathan Girvan. Third leg, Richie to throw first. Game on. $26.
I think if you offered Richard North a chance to go home now, we'd take it. Nothing going for him, and it's a horrible
41.
place to be. When you're up there and you're just struggling to find anything, you don't have that feel that you can dig yourself
59.
out of a situation. You almost get that sense of almost embarrassment.
73. $140.
I think Girvan even feeling it for Richard North. He was
121.
tapping his leg, almost giving him a bit of applause for the 140. I think he almost wants to see
60.
Richard come out the other side of this performance that we've seen from him so far this evening.
96.
Yeah, well, we spoke about it in his previous match. He used to be so good. Richard North, you just mentioned it. How good in
81.
terms of the
Nathan Carr,
rankings.
170.
Just hasn't shown any of that over the last couple of nights.
60. Richard Carr, 135. $81.
And it's not just
Nathan Carr, 110.
something that's happening here. He had similar averages in the challenge to it recently as well.
78. Richard Carr, 54. Getting shot
Well, that
on
will
the
make
third
him
leg,
feel a little
Richard North.
better.
Fourth leg, Nathan to throw first. Game on. $57. $41. $140. $41.
You don't have to cast your mind back that long before Richard North was actually taking part in a Group C campaign, of which he won
100.
every single fixture.
It's remarkable. He's the only player to do that as well.
55.
Been a real slump over the last
60.
year or so.
$65. Nether car 144.
He did this earlier on as well, just topped in the bullseye as part of his scoring regime.
88.
Anything you can do?
$129. Nether car 56.
Interesting leave in the end from Richard North.
Game shot on the fourth leg. Nathan Girvan.
But Girvan takes
Fifth leg
the
reaches
leg.
to throw first. Game on. $60. $140.
You see, don't you, now the players are sort of just playing for position. They know they throw that. They get really annoyed if as soon as the 9 darts
52.
on, that's something else that they can't do. Reece Robinson spoke about it. They all know that eyes are on them. They want to entertain the audience.
100.
Especially those sort of explosive, enigma type players like a Reece Robinson and
47.
Nathan Girvan.
$100.
161 then for Girvan to
58.
do
Nathan
something
car
stylish
161.
to end this encounter. Not going to happen.
90. $95. Nathan car 71.
67. May. No, may not. Oh, he
Game
does.
shot on the match. Nathan
Changed his
Girvan.
mind, I think. Looked at it, looked away, looked back and got it. And we did say we'd see some magic at MODUS tonight, and Nathan Girvan just provided one of those magic moments. A 4-1 win over Richard North, who struggles continue, but Girvan takes his points tally to 10. Coming next, hoping to get up to 14 points, Reece Robinson, his last match of the group, and he faces Patel. Well, Rhys Robinson is a man who knows how to illuminate the Super Series stage. He did it with a 120 finish in his previous match. 20 bull after failing to take out 3 tops. He faces Bhav Patel, who has made his first appearance over the last couple of nights here at the Live Lounge, and he got his first win as well in his previous game when he beat Richard North. Can he now topple the table topper? Or will Rhys Robinson sign off with what would be a 7th win from his 8 matches?
He signed off in style the last time he was on that stage, that 20 bull. We asked him yesterday when he was up here in the studio with us if he was going to bring something flashy out of the locker, and he was
First
quite
leg
reserved.
through first. Game on.
Safe to say he's probably now got the flavour.
$59. $48.
Did have a lot of respect for Bhav Patel, didn't he, yesterday when he was up in the studio, saying he's been throwing some amazing darts downstairs in the practice room.
140.
And he's very well aware that he could bring that up onto the stage at any point.
$95. $23.
3 matches remaining, including this one. Patel will play Nathan Girvan in the last match. Before that, Johnny Barnes goes up against Richard North.
100.
Finals night tomorrow will feature Rhys Robinson, Girvan, Barnes, Jamie Kelling, Adrian
96.
Gray and Shane McGurk.
$43. $81.
When you're ready, Rhys.
59. Babdukar 102.
Patel for the opening leg. Misses. The big number by a distance as well. In fact, he missed it by such a distance. I'm not sure which
82.
one he was going for.
Rishikar 156.
He's ended up leaving his favourite double 10.
$56.
He's looking to avenge
Babdukar 20.
all those defeats last night. 3 of the matches he lost 4-0.
No score. Rishikar 100.
Including 2 Rhys Robinson. So just getting a leg would be an improvement.
$60. Babdukar 20.
Good opportunity for Bab to hold on to his throat. Again comes inside.
No score.
Rhys
Rishikar
Robinson
40.
has just stumbled his way through this leg.
Being allowed to nick it on tops.
20.
But he can't.
Babdukar 20.
Again, double 5.
Getting shot on the
This
first
time,
leg. Bhav Patel.
Patel picks it off. Reece Robinson, unsure how
Second leg,
he's
Reece to
playing
throw
like
first,
this.
game on.
Not how he's been playing so far in this group.
$140.
Quite a bit of body into that second dart there, Reece Robinson. Sometimes when the adrenaline of the situation comes out, it's
81.
you just start throwing a little bit softer. Completely unintentionally, just I find it gets a bit
26.
trickier to throw the actual darts and propel them through the air.
$40.
Smiling now. Happy now.
180.
Ecstatic now.
$58.
Don't think I've ever seen anyone smile after the first dart. It's like he knew, and the way he threw the last dart as well. He just knew. He just fancied it.
139.
Yeah, suddenly the switch has been flicked.
$100. Reach your car 16. Game shot in the second leg. Reece
All
Robinson.
square. As Reece Robinson produces a 13 darter in a leg that included a score of 26.
Third leg buff to throw first. Game on. $43. $81.
I believe Patel was playing in the same leagues as someone who's here next week as well, Lee Cox.
Yeah, crafty Coxey up for another go at making it through to finals
100.
night. Seems to have been the player who's had the most sort of near misses at the Super Series. Glorious departures,
60.
never goes out with a whimper.
Last time he was here was by far the best performances I've ever seen from Lee Cox, and I think he left with 2 points. He
95.
averaged, I think, 91 across his whole campaign. You normally expect to be well and truly qualified with those sort of statistics.
85. $99.
Patel first to a finish, determined to show what he can do.
125.
Robinson manages to get in that range as well.
$100. Reach your car 150.
Willie. He did. He got drawn into the 3 bullseye challenge.
70. Car 64.
I assume it'll be tops if he comes back. And it is if.
Game shot.
And he won't come back.
Patel.
Patel takes the leg and leads the match. And he could be coming off the foot of the table here.
Reese to throw first. Game on. $121.
Angry with himself for not hitting the maximum, Reece Robinson.
$68.
Well, he is nicknamed after a boxer, isn't he, with the nickname Sugar?
128.
Just not sure that Sugar Robinson ever boxed himself.
$180.
Oh, that's a hell of a jab.
140.
It doesn't really land with Reece Robinson.
$100. Rishikar 112.
Well, that is, I was going to say, that is 12. I thought he might even consider that bull route again there.
22. Bavlikar 153.
If you're going to do it after 20, why not after 12? Especially with Patel on such a big one. See what he does here with the 90 when he returns. May start on the bull, may end on the bull, may never even entertain the bull.
93. Rishikar 90.
Tried to start on it. Tried
65.
to end on it.
Bavlikar 60.
What it does do is give Bav Patel a chance to lead this game 3-1.
$50. Rishikar 25. $9. Bavlikar
That chance
10.
comes again.
$6. Rishikar 16. Game shot on the fourth leg. Reece Robinson.
Frustrated, isn't he? Reece Robinson just can't get
This leg
settled.
Bath to throw first. Game on.
He's had those sort of moments. He's had a maximum in the game where you say, well, that might be a moment that sort of settles him into the match.
59.
There's just something about this game he just can't seem to get happy with. Is it maybe a bit of respect here for Bav Patel?
123.
Could not fill it up. 2 in, the third one goes astray. Robinson can't believe it.
60.
Can't now be
100.
caught at the top of the table, by the way. Even if Robinson loses the last 2 legs of this game, he'd still be 5 clear on leg difference of Nathan
48.
Girvan, so a 4-0 win against Patel in his last match would still leave him a leg short.
140. $100. Rishikar 138.
Well, a better leg from Reece here, making a move on the Bav Patel throw.
$114.
I think we may have just heard as well, Reece being one of those players that like to call out the name on a bad dart. I'm sure I just heard Robbo there.
81. Rishikar 24.
In the Michael Smith, Adrian Lewis category.
Game shot
Well,
on
that's
the
a good
fifth
one,
leg.
it's
Reece
in.
Robinson.
Actually, some of those players do it either way. I've heard Adrian Lewis once declare, "Well done me."
6 leg Reece to throw first. Game on.
Robinson takes control. Has the darts for the victory.
56. $58. 57.
Nothing coming easy for Reece Robinson in this game. He's averaging 11 points
59.
more than his opponent, but just can't seem to take a firm grip of the fixture.
60.
Can Patel find a way to win it?
$100.
Has missed 11 darts at double in the game. That's as many as Reece Robinson has had.
He's had 11 darts in this leg.
44.
Make that 12 without finding a single treble. Bhav Patel got a chance to break here on the basis that he's hit one.
$134.
Well, 2 in a row. Puts him on a finish. Now, can Bhav Patel be the one who does the 3 bullseyes? Would he even entertain it?
58.
Go on.
Babdakar 150.
I dare you.
$78.
Have to be confident, don't you, to do something like that if you've sort of had a little bit of a struggle. Didn't stop Richard North, mind.
140. Babdakar 72.
Such a fortune about that there for Reece Robinson. He's come off the flight.
One dart.
Game shot on the 6th leg. Bhav
And
Patel.
one dart was all he needed. Bhav Patel takes it the distance. He has the darts in the decider. Can the man?
7th and final leg. Bhav to throw first. Game on.
Bhav Patel, who had only won one match before this game, beat the man who'd only lost one.
125.
He's going the right way about it.
60.
Well, he went 15 darts without a visit with a treble in it in the last leg. And that frustration bubbling over here into the last.
85.
Could be an almighty upset on the cards here.
Really can't locate that treble suddenly.
60.
Has it moved?
Bhav Patel's just got to stay straight.
45.
The damage has already been done in the scoring stakes.
$58.
Well, he's got every chance now. Would be a sizable victory
85.
and maybe just giving signs that if he were to maybe come here for a week, Bhav Patel, he could grow into it.
$140. Babdakar 161.
Is it too late for Reece Robinson to make a move here?
$99.
Well, semi-argument to have gone for the bullseye with his last dart then. He would have... But he wants to, doesn't he? He wants to.
133.
He's wise
Babdakar
not to.
62.
And he may go for the bull if he comes back. But Bhav Patel will hope to shut the door. 44 remaining. What if he's missing big numbers here? 8 and 16 is not a bad offering. But he chooses 4 for tops.
42.
Fails to find it.
Richard
We all
Carr,
know what
50.
Reece Robinson's going to do. Not even going to commentate on it.
Game shot on the match. Reece Robinson.
That's what we knew. And that's what he knew. 4-3 win for Rhys Robinson against Bav Patel. He gets another victory, signs off with a win. It is 7 wins from 8 matches for Rhys Robinson in the Group B that he tops. 2 more games to come then, and Johnny Barnes against Richard North is the first of them. Well, Rhys Robinson is through to finals night once again. Rhys, just one defeat. How would you sum up the last couple of nights?
Not great, to be honest. I don't feel like I've played well last 2 nights. A few bits of good darts here and there, but I just feel a bit deflated, to be honest. Yeah.
Deflated after winning the group and only losing 1 match. It's a results business after all, isn't it?
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm a perfectionist and I want to play well all the time. And tonight I just felt really off all night, flat. I've tried to get over the line every game. Of course, I've tried 100%, but yeah, I just don't feel great.
You did have a few good moments. We're going to show you one of them now, actually. 120, your thing is to go for 3 tops, isn't it? Once that missed, then only one way to go.
Yeah. Oh, I went for the treble 20, I slipped in the ball. No, I was trying to get something going, you know, a bit of adrenaline and just trying shots, and it paid off a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, as you say, you're a perfectionist. You want to produce the best stuff. Do you think playing in front of an audience tomorrow could help bring that out of you?
I said that earlier. I said hopefully when there's people in tomorrow I get a bit nervy and a bit jittery, and then I'll play a little bit better, hopefully.
And we know all of the players already through to finals night, the 2 that are going with you, Nathan Girvan and Johnny Barnes, Shane McGurk, Jamie Kelling and Adrian Gray. Anyone for you to worry about?
All of them. Or none of them, I don't know. Yeah, if I play well, I win. If I don't, I lose. They're all good dart players, aren't they? We're all here for a reason, and they're capable of 80s or 110s. It's darts. That's what it's about.
And what would it mean for you to lift that trophy again and have another crack at that Champions Week?
Yeah, I'm not treating it as like winning this week. No, I want to get the sort of a qualifications for the Champions Week. I want another go at it. didn't do myself justice last time on Champions Week on the Saturday. I felt like I was probably the better player of the week. And then got beat 4-0, 4-0. So hopefully I can get there again and I won't be getting beat 4-0, 4-0 on that night.
Yeah, well, you've made a step towards that qualification. Thanks for talking to us. Well done last couple of nights. We'll see you tomorrow. A couple more games to come. Barnes against North about to get underway.
That was Rhys Robinson, the man who has won Group B, but we're about to watch another man who's had qualification through Group B, a man on his debut here at the MODUS Super Series, a man who's not been playing darts for very long, Johnny Barnes, but he has navigated himself safely through to Saturday night. We will see him in tomorrow's lineup,
first. Game on.
bidding to get a place at Champions Week and scooping his first weekly title here at the Super Series. A very sporting character, I'm sure, will show no mercy here to Richard North, who's had a torrid time of things this evening.
41.
He's really made hard work of it, really struggled. We've tried the change of equipment, but there's just something not right, and he clearly doesn't know what it is. He's been chasing around
27.
the board. He's been throwing at the 19s, the 20s, the 18s, the ball. It might just be a case here
99.
that Johnny Barnes gets the job done quickly and puts Richard North out of his misery tonight.
121. Johnny O'Carr, 138.
Here's a good start here from Johnny Barnes.
60.
Looking to get the job done in super quick time. He did win his opening game of the evening, but
92.
he's lost his last two.
Johnny O'Carr, 78. 38.
Lost out 4-2 to Nathan Girvan, and the same scoreline, 4-2 to Rhys Robinson, the
100.
two players that
Johnny
he will
O'Carr,
be
40.
playing with tomorrow on
Getting shown the
finals
first
night.
leg, Johnny Barnes.
Straight in, no faffing about here for Johnny Barnes, playing the game at quite the pace.
Second leg, Richie to throw first. Game on. $60.
A lot of dart players do like to watch back the action, see what they can take from their experience, see if there's anything they can spot that could be improved,
55.
anything they can see within the action, the flight of the dart. I've got a feeling though,
95.
tonight is going to be a night where Richard North doesn't review the tape.
$128.
Significantly better though from Richard North, but
45.
the stats he's been putting in so far tonight, it was always going to be an improvement, because I think these could be some of the lowest recorded stats he's ever had in this kind of environment.
59.
I'm back with you, Matt.
96.
Just finished consoling Rhys Robinson for only winning 4-3.
It's not the first time we've heard that line, is it? I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to
89.
tomorrow night.
Johnny
He feels he's
O'Carr,
got a score to settle.
140.
And interesting as well that he's not even thinking about winning the week. He sees this week as qualification for
55.
Champions Week.
Richie O'Carr, 110.
And that record £25,000 winner's cheque that will be on the line.
44. Johnny O'Carr, 85.
That eliminates the opportunity for single for the ball.
45. Richie O'Carr, 66.
But nothing has felt easy for Richard North tonight, who's only got 2 legs on the board.
Chooses double 18 here.
Game shot on the
Well,
second
there's
leg,
another
Richard
one.
North.
Hallelujah.
Third leg, Johnny to throw first. Game on. .44. .49.
This will be
60.
Johnny Barnes's
92.
23rd match of the week, and he's going to play at least a couple more.
96.
Won
123.
13 of the first 22. And that's a great record for
84.
effectively an unknown amateur qualifier.
57.
If you do want to know more about Johnny Barnes, if you want to hear from the man himself, make sure you stay tuned
60.
until the end of tonight's show, because he will be joining Matthew Edgar and I in the studio for a chat.
100. $100. Richard Ducat, 80.
Double top for North to get the
40.
lead. Well, it was out of the single.
Johnny Ducat, 76.
No doubt about that.
Game shot on
Little
the third
doubt
leg,
about that. Johnny
Barnes.
Barnes' combination finishing has been superb.
Fourth leg, Richard to throw first. Game on. $84. $76. $57. $46. $60. $43.
Nathan Girvan and Patel,
28.
the final match still to come. Girvan going through
100.
with Johnny Barnes and Reese Robinson. Yet know who will be in which group, because Barnes and Girvan could both finish in either of the second and third positions. Robinson has won the group.
65. Richard Ducat, 142. $79. $60. Richard Ducat, 63. Gain shot on the fourth leg. Richard North. Fifth leg, Johnny to throw first. Game on.
Well, Northie, until this game, had thrown
81.
18 darts at a double. Only managed to hit 2. Significant improvement here. Certainly on the
26.
outer ring.
By the way, I did just misspeak. Girvan will finish second. There's too big a leg difference between himself and Johnny Barnes.
92.
Barnes will be third in this group. We'll confirm the groups for you at the end of the show as well. Let Johnny Barnes learn live who his opponents will be on
85.
finals night.
$57. 100. 48. Johnny Ricard 143. 39.
Okay, right out of the back of the dart.
$95. Johnny Ricard 104. 56. Richard Ricard 135.
Treble 20 would leave the bullseye. Well, this would be out of nowhere for Northey.
110.
Putting in a much
Johnny
better
Ricard,
display
48.
in this one.
28. Richard Ricard 25.
Well, Richard North here. An unexpected opportunity to take the lead.
23. Johnny Ricard 20.
The improved doubling deserts him at the crucial moment.
Game shot on the fifth
Yeah,
leg. Johnny
Barnes makes him pay, as he so often has in this group.
6 leg Richard to throw first. Game on. $41.
The darts of a man who's not had anything go his way tonight. Richard
84.
North. Quite dejected. I just want this evening to be over.
55. 96. 65.
I'm looking forward to
81.
that conversation with Johnny at the end of the evening's action. Someone that we've learnt about as the week has gone on, and
100.
interested to get his opinion on how he thinks it's going, what his ambitions might be. Picking up this sport at a later age than most, but
118.
showing that he's got bucket loads of ability. Don't often
57.
use the
Johnny Ricard
word potential, do you,
122.
to describe sort of senior slingers, but that kind of counts for Johnny Barnes.
Well, I guess
90.
potential exists where you see that a player hasn't reached their maximum ability. And certainly nowadays where
67. Johnny Ricard 32.
there's darts beyond the professional game.
Well, this to complete a very good campaign.
16. Richard Ricard 116.
North will have a go at 116. Treble 19. That's a great dart.
76.
Just couldn't complete the
Johnny Ricard,
combo.
16.
And that could be that. Hasn't been North's night.
Game
But
shot
it
on the
may
match,
be
Johnny
Barnes' week. Johnny is through to finals night. He caps off the quality campaign in the group stages with a 4-2 win over Richard North. And we will be hearing from Johnny Barnes after the final match of the evening when Nathan Girvan takes on Bav Patel. Well, the last match of Group B, a group that was wrapped up a while ago, will get underway after Paul Hinks has finished his little Jackanory story. Bav Patel and Nathan Girvan all ears. Yeah, and that's how I got my 180 call. There, finished. And this will finish the evening's proceedings.
Yeah, I think the story he was telling me goes, so we was in Blackpool and Van Gerwen wanted 127. Phil Taylor was still at the back of the stage. He looked really confused with the situation.
First like Nathan to throw first. Game on.
Paul Hinks' last game of the week as well. He's going to be heading to another event where he's the main attraction, and rightly so.
85. $59.
Well, it's time for the Edgar assessment then.
100.
We're going to get another look at Girvan tomorrow, but what of Bav Patel on his debut? Not the results he would have wanted, but does he have something to work with?
95.
He should be happy with parts of the experience and parts of the journey. I think maybe he's come here with a higher expectation.
39.
Rather than coming here as a debutant, he's maybe looked beyond sort of his position in the group and looked at qualification or looked beyond that. And that's at the very start. He's got to remember this is all a journey. Just enjoy every single step of it. Only a
81.
couple of years ago, he was just picking a set of darts up in his bedroom, playing someone over a webcam. And again, that's how this all
96.
began.
Nathan Carr 132.
Yeah. From small acorns and all that. Go on then, another. He wanted it. He wants to out Reese, doesn't he, before the night is over?
92.
May get the chance to do that tomorrow, but they won't play again until at least the semi-finals. We will run through those
60.
groups at the
Nathan
end
Carr 40.
of this evening's action.
Getting shot in the first leg, Nathan Girvan.
May be getting closer. Girvan gets the opening leg.
Second leg bumped to throw first. Game on. $100. 84. 60. 60.
We'll be having some more darts this weekend. Bab Patel will be heading up to Derbyshire
140.
for some inter-county action. Still a very popular circuit here in the UK. 24 male players, I believe it's 12
41.
female. Battling out for those county points, so we will be coming up to the business end of the season as well right
85.
now. Promotion and relegation battles up and down the country.
Well, Nathan
Bobby
Girvan
Brown,
was not in
116.
this leg. Suddenly he's just 20 points behind. That 180 won't matter.
Getting shot in the second
Doesn't
leg.
matter.
Bab Patel.
Yeah, nice bit of respect between the pair of them. As Patel
leg
levels the
Nathan to
match
throw
with
first,
a really
game on.
good tiny leg, 15 dart hold of throat.
$100.
And just like that, week one will be over at the end of Saturday night. The first Champions Week place will be secure. It may be Nathan Girvan taking it.
140.
Do tune in from 7:30 for finals night here at the Super Series.
100.
Just taking a look at the inter-county tables, and London actually sat in second place,
140.
taking on sixth place Derby, so London really in that promotion battle for a place up to the Premier League.
60. Nathan Carr 121.
96 remaining.
65. 140. Nathan Carr 56.
So 56 for a 2-1 advantage for the Scotsman. Double 10. Chance for Bab
36.
Patel.
Bab Carr 66.
Double top.
46.
Unlucky.
Nathan Carr 20. Game shot on the third leg, Nathan Girvan.
Quite some players as well, playing in that Division 1 in
Fourth
the
leg
county
bounce to throw
system, just
first,
in the
game on.
men's A. We've got Rob Grundy in there, who now a PDC tour card holder, won a week down here. David Wazuki, a regular
40.
player down here at the Super Series. Jared Cole, Lee Cox, who's going to be here next week. Ricky Evans,
57.
who is still batting, I believe, at the UK Open. George Killington, tour card holder as well. Dennis Harbour, and when he rocked up at the
135.
seniors not too long ago.
Yeah, he's just finished.
$100.
Well, there is actually a player actually playing in that division who I believe has the longest
60.
match on record. Simon Cassidy.
I don't know that story. Do tell.
Just a really slow
54.
player, I believe, and they had like timers on games, and he had one of the longest games. It was like nearly an hour, I believe, the story goes. Does have a very
96.
flashy pair of trousers as well. I'm sure someone will help me out with the full ins and outs of that story, but I think it was about an...
Passed him up for now. 56 for Girvan. That leaves him on tops.
$16. Babdukar 20. Game shot on the fourth leg.
And Bab Patel will not be at the foot of the field on his Super Series debut. It will be Richard North who ends up in bottom place,
Fifth leg,
whatever
Nathan to throw
happens from
first,
here
game
on in.
on.
And that's something, isn't it? Something to hold on to, particularly after such a disastrous start last night. Lost his first two games 4-0 and his last game 4-0 on his opening evening.
140.
But he won't be finishing bottom.
$59. $60. $60. $57. $100. $94. $29. Nethercar 150.
They're all at it now. Bullseye was the
40.
starting point. I'm sure he would have remained there had he found it.
$60. Nethercar 110. $54.
I don't think he'll start on Bull next visit.
$28. Nethercar 56.
He's got time on his side if he needs it.
$46.
And he may need a bit more. It gets a bit tricky, gets a bit awkward.
85. Nathan Carr 10.
1 for double 2. For 3-2.
8.
Well.
Patel Carr 80. $60. Nathan Carr 2. Getting shot on the fifth leg. Nathan
In the
Girvan.
end, Girvan manages to find a double. And I think we have seen, there was a fear
Six leg bump to throw first.
that
Game
there'd
on.
be a bit of a sluggishness from game 6 onwards. Once all the players knew they were qualified, or the 3 knew they were qualified, the 2 knew they were out. And I think we have seen a bit of that.
66.
Just losing that little bit of intensity. Subconsciously, of course.
57.
Yeah, safe to say. It's not been the best from the players since that
100.
point. Both Reece Robinson and Nathan Girvan, 2 players that really play on adrenaline and feel and emotion. And when all that's been lost out of the game,
22.
do expect to see them back here tomorrow firing with the instant reaction you get as well from a little crowd in here on
100.
a Saturday night. I think that will just fire them up to be even better than they was in getting to their qualification points.
Yeah, they really did do that, didn't they? In the first match of
140.
tonight, it was a thriller in which Girvan beat Robinson, the only defeat that Reece has suffered in this group.
41.
Girvan backed that up with an even better performance in match 2 when he signed it off with those 6 in a row. Big power 2 treble
121.
visits. He's just trying to get this done here. I think the safest thing to say is just sort of gone through the motions throughout this game.
45. Nathan Carr 161.
It looks like he's getting to that point. He's had enough. He wants to get this done. Get back to the hotel. Start preparation
99.
for
Patel
tomorrow.
Carr 149.
Patel out to stop him with a 149 finish. Not going to happen. He has finished 4th in this group.
60.
Only one
Nathan
win.
Carr
It
62.
came tonight against Richard North, the man who finishes below him. Double 4. This seems to be an in
Getting shot on
thing.
the match. Nathan
And
Girvan.
it's in for Girvan. It's a win for Girvan, who signs off with victory en route to finals night on Saturday at the Super Series. Patel did manage to get that win to his name and was much more competitive in all of his matches tonight, losing 3 of them 4-0 last night, but not being whitewashed at all this evening. But it's Girvan who goes through, along with Reece Robinson and Johnny Barnes, who we will be hearing from in just a couple of minutes. So that is it for Group B at the Super Series. Delighted to say one of the finals night qualifiers, Johnny Barnes, joins us. Johnny, congratulations. First week here, ADC qualifier. Just sum up what the experience has been like.
Very interesting. Like I said before, I'm not sure what to expect. And the first group, nice set of lads, and Lisa, of course, went quite well. Last couple of nights, I don't feel I've played that well, but it's nice to get to the finals.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been some moments, haven't there? Particular match earlier tonight where you were struggling to hit a double, but then finished it with back-to-back ton-plus finishes.
Yeah, I don't know where they came from, but it's like you drag it up from somewhere, don't you, when you need it. So, yeah, pleased to get through, but yeah, hopefully a bit better to come tomorrow night.
I know we've been doing a bit of research on you, but I believe you're pretty new to playing darts competitively.
Well, in terms of like standard of darts, yeah, Super League a couple of years. I played briefly for the county. I have played league darts in Darlington for about 8, maybe 9 years, but sort of just like local pubs and stuff. And then the vaults came along and sort of I thought I'd give it a whirl, and from there it's sort of gone from one stage to the next sort of thing.
Has this sort of inspired you now getting through Saturday night to maybe go do a little bit more out there?
Yeah, I've played a few opens. I've entered World Seniors qualifiers in April for, I can't remember which event it was for, but I'm going to give that a whirl, see how that goes. Obviously, it's just that sometimes it's the travel and stuff, isn't it, that sort of holds you back. But yeah, you know, I've enjoyed it. That's the main thing, and we'll see how we get on.
We've heard as well that this isn't the only sport that you're good at. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Yeah, cricket's probably my main sport. A long time ago I played for Durham, opened the batting for them. I've pro'd in various Premier League teams, Northallerton and Darlington, sort of the last, God knows, 25 years. Played a bit for England over 50s before my body dropped a bit. And yeah, I enjoy most sports. Golf, quite good at golf. Used to be good at snooker. Don't really play that anymore, but just like a bit of hand-eye coordination. I think it lends itself to most sports, doesn't it? And a bit of competitive spirit.
Yeah, it's certainly shown plenty of that this week. And let's just have a recap of the results from tonight. There they are. Johnny getting a win over Bav Patel, who we really did see an improvement from this evening. Your thoughts, Matt, on before we go back to a little chat with Johnny about Bav Patel and the way that he's ended actually not finishing bottom of the table.
I think that's something that you can take away, isn't it? It's something you can be proud of. I think he's come here maybe set his expectations a little high at times. Certainly in terms of what he wants to go do, he's got to remember there's steps in a process to get in there. He's got a lot of support back home, a lot of people that believe in him, which is really good. You need that sort of support network. So having that installed, we know the sort of doors that could open up for him in regards to getting another appearance at the World Championship, potentially playing in the World Cup. So I think he's someone we're going to see a lot more of. And I think he's someone, like you mentioned on commentary, if he had a full week here, maybe we'd be able to see the best of him. I think he's someone that's going to evolve into being the player that he is in that local area.
Absolutely. Johnny, what was it like for you halfway through the night? We knew the 3 players that were going through, so for the remaining matches, it must have been difficult to get that competitive edge.
Yeah, a bit of motivation was lacking, I think, at some points. But once you get up there, you just want to do well, I think. You know, it's ingrained in you. And going back to Bav, I think the first 3 days were doing him a power of good. Because he's improved a lot there from one day to the next. So, yeah, he should come back, definitely.
Do you feel that the first 3 days have helped you in this Group B campaign?
100%, yeah. Definitely. It sort of gets you into the swing of things and like how it works and what's expected of you. And, yeah, definitely it's helped me a massive amount.
Let's have a look at the final standings then in the Group B table. There it is, Rhys Robinson topping it, Nathan Girvan second, Johnny Barnes in third, and a distance to Bav Patel and Richard North, the bottom 2 in the end. Yeah, Nathan Girvan finally got the better of you because you've beaten 4 times before.
Did.
This week.
Honestly, what a nice lad. Got on really well with him in Group A and we've sort of carried that over. And yeah, I think every game's been really close. So could have gone either way. Most of them he could have won all 4, to be fair. So yeah, fair play to him for getting one over me tonight.
Just another question about you in general, obviously from the northeast, Darlington, I believe. It's a real hotbed, isn't it, at the moment for darts, the northeast of England?
Very popular with the vaults. Middlesbrough, Stockton area, there's one most nights, if not two. And then the opens, there's one every weekend, really. So there's plenty of opportunities for people. And that's basically how I've improved so much in quite a short space of time, just playing a lot more, really.
And do you have any ambitions here, or is it just about seeing how it goes? Because we have seen the likes of, say, Rob Grundy, for the obvious example, play here, do well, get a tour card.
Yeah, I've maybe left it a bit late for world domination, but I think the world scene is thing, give that a whirl, see what happens there. I'm pretty laid back about it all, we'll just see what happens, sort of thing. I'm not really going to set myself any goals.
Well, you have got something a little bit more immediate to take care of. These are the groups for tomorrow night, the finals night, so you can now see who you're in with. So Group 1, Nathan Girvan, Jamie Kelling, and the Group A winners, Shane McGurk and Johnny. You're going to be back in with Rhys Robinson and meeting Adrian Gray. Your initial reaction to that?
Well, two tough groups, so either way. I mean, I'm delighted to have got to the finals, to be fair, so we'll just see how we get on tomorrow. I think I've got a better game in me than I've showed the last couple of nights, but we'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah, and obviously you get your chance in front of the TV cameras. Anyone you need to shout out and thank?
Well, if I can just mention Andy Kelly, whose funeral was today, who played for the Builders Arms Super League team. He's only 3 years older than me. He did a lot of work for junior darts in the North East and Cleveland and senior darts. And I've seen on Facebook today, he's had a hell of a send-off, like hundreds of people there. And that's the type of bloke you need to bring you on. He's spent so generous with his time for darts, and it's a sad loss.
Yeah, lovely touch. Lovely tribute to him to get through as well and play on that stage tomorrow. Matthew, look, I will admit you were right again. You did predict Johnny would get through. I'm not going to ask you for who's going to get through tomorrow, but what are you expecting? Because we've got a real mix of characters on that stage.
Exactly that. It's who brings their key qualities at the right time. We've got consistent players, explosive players, but it's knockout darts essentially on a Saturday night. You start slow, you're in big trouble. So I'm expecting some big stuff early. There's people here with a lot of experience. Nathan Girvan, Jamie Kelling, Rhys Robinson, people who know what Saturday night's about. So I expect to see people hit the ground running tomorrow night, and I expect to see, maybe we'll even see 100 plus average early on.
Yeah, and obviously now no time to grow into it. So you're excited about that sort of brutal format tomorrow?
Definitely, yeah. It's every man for himself tomorrow night sort of thing, isn't it? So if I can sort of just straighten my scoring up a bit, obviously you've seen I can finish quite well from time to time. It's just putting the two together, isn't it? So we'll see how it goes.
Absolutely. Well done this week. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow as well. And we hope to see you tomorrow at finals night. 7:30 it all gets underway live on the MODUS Super Series YouTube channel. 6 top players battle it out for the first place at Champions Week in Series 7. We'll see you then.